Hello boys and girls, and welcome to Grandma Teresa's Story Time. Today I'll be reading from Disney's Winnie the Pooh, Piglet's Night Lights. Let's discover what these night lights are, shall we? It was twilight in the 100-acre wood when Winnie the Pooh knocked on his good friend Piglet's door, who was carrying a backpack with an enormous pot of honey sticking out of the top. "Ready for a camp out, Piglet?" Pooh called. Here he is at Piglet's house. Piglet opened the door and looked around nervously. "Are you really quite sure about this, Pooh?" he asked. "It's getting awfully dark out there, and it's so light and cozy in here. Maybe we could just camp out in my living room." "That would be a camp in, Piglet, not a camp out," Pooh said. Pooh reminded Piglet that their friends were waiting for them at the campsite. "Everyone will be there, Piglet," Pooh said. "It's going to be splendid." Do you like going camping? Who do you go camping with? Friends? Parents? Grandparents? Pooh offered to help Piglet get ready. Pooh stuffed acorn muffins into the pockets of Piglet's backpack while Piglet neatly packed his favorite blanket and teddy bear. "I have a feeling I'm forgetting something, Pooh," Piglet said. "Well, let's see," Pooh said. "We have honey." Pooh patted a sticky honey pot in his pack. "And we have plenty of acorn muffins." Just to be sure, Pooh tucked two more particularly plump ones next to Piglet's teddy bear. "What else could we possibly need?" Here he is, back in his bag. What do you like to take with you on a camping trip? Do you have anything favorite of yours to take, like a blanket or a stuffed animal? Pooh and Piglet started for the campsite. As they walked, it got darker and darker, and Piglet got more and more nervous. "What's that?" Piglet asked suddenly, pointing to a scary-looking shape in the trees. "Well, I'm not certain, Piglet," Pooh answered. He was beginning to get a little bit nervous himself. "Maybe if we snuggle up next to each other, it will go away," Pooh said. "Maybe we should close our eyes too," Piglet suggested. What could possibly be so scary in the woods? What do you think it could be? Let's read further and find out, shall we? "Hello down there," called a voice from above. Pooh and Piglet both jumped, startled. "Who's there?" Pooh asked, looking up into the trees. All Pooh could see were two round, unblinking eyes staring down at them. "Why, it's me, Owl," the voice answered. "I thought you two might need a little help finding the others," Owl said. "We owls can see quite well at night, you know." "Oh, thank you, Owl," Piglet said. "Lead on," said Pooh, who was now feeling quite brave. It's good to know that their friend Owl was nearby, isn't it? He can help them find a campsite. By the time the friends reached the campsite, it was completely dark. Pooh bumped into Rabbit, who was struggling to put up the tent. "Well, don't just stand there," Rabbit said. "I need all the help I can get." "Did I hear someone say help?" Tigger cried, bouncing into the clearing. Have no fear, Tigger's here, with illumination, he said proudly. Oh, and you brought a light too, cried Piglet, peeking out from under the hood of his jacket. Thank goodness. It's good that Tigger brought a lantern, isn't it? With the lantern lighting the scene, the friends set up the tent. Piglet climbed inside and then poked his head back out. Oh no, Piglet cried. I forgot my nightlight. I can't sleep without a nightlight, Piglet said, wringing his hands. What am I going to do? What will Piglet do now without his nightlight? Do you have a nightlight in your bedroom or somewhere else in the house to help you sleep? Don't worry, buddy boy, Tigger said. You can use my lantern as a nightlight. Just then the lantern sputtered and went out. On second thought, Tigger said, diving into the tent to dig through the stuff in Rabbit's pack, Long Ears must have something you can use. In Rabbit's pack, Tigger found a kite, a flower pot, and kitchen pans. He found garden tools and a bike horn. At the very bottom, he found a flashlight. Tigger tried to turn it on, but nothing happened. This thingamabobber's not working either, Tigger cried. Oh my, what are they going to do now without a flashlight or a lantern? Let's find out. At that moment, there was a crashing in the nearby bushes. It was Eeyore, carrying a load of branches on his back. Can't have a camp out without a campfire, Eeyore said. Everyone agreed wholeheartedly, and soon a cheerful fire was burning. Fire certainly is pleasant, Piglet said. It makes a very good sort of light. It does a fantabulous job cooking marshmallows too, Tigger said, wrestling with a particularly gooey marshmallow. Do you like marshmallow roast? I like making s'mores too, don't you? Those are good at a campfire. Fire is fine, Rabbit said, but I think sunlight is the best light of all because it makes my vegetables grow. I like the way the sun warms my tummy when I lie in the grass, Pooh said, and the colors when the sun sets are splendid, Piglet said. Look at that suspicious looking shadow on the tent, Tigger shouted. That looks a lot like your tail to me, Rabbit said. Guess what this is, Rabbit said, fluttering his hands like a butterfly. Why, it's a shadow puppet, Owl said. Isn't it remarkable what light can do? Have you ever made shadow puppets? It's fun to do, isn't it? Especially when you're camping out. The friends played shadow puppets until bedtime. Then everyone went to bed except Piglet, who wouldn't leave the light of the fire, and Pooh, who wouldn't leave his friend. After a short while, the fire faded and went out. Maybe we should go to sleep now, Piglet, Pooh said, yawning. I can't sleep without a nightlight, Pooh, Piglet replied sadly. Do you think Piglet will finally go to sleep? Pooh thought very hard. Think, he said, tapping his forehead to wake up any ideas that might be in there. Just then, a firefly landed right between Pooh's eyes. Crossing his eyes to see it, Pooh tumbled backward off the log he was sitting on. Lying on his back looking up the night sky, Pooh had an idea. The stars are nightlights, Piglet, Pooh said, pointing up at the sparkling stars. And so are the fireflies, he added, smiling as a second one settled on his nose. Do you like catching fireflies? They can become night lights too, can't they? Piglet looked around him. "You're right, Pooh," Piglet cried. "There are night lights everywhere." Piglet pointed to the long path of moonlight shining on the surface of the lake. "Look at how bright the moon is tonight," Piglet said. "It's even brighter than my own night light." "Do you think you might be able to sleep now, Piglet?" asked Pooh with a huge yawn. Piglet? But Piglet didn't answer. He was fast asleep. Now this is an activity. I certainly saw different kinds of lights at our campout. There was everything from a lantern to fireflies. Can you think of different kinds of lights inside and outside your house? What are they? This will give you something to think about. Do you happen to know which lights are around your house, inside and out? I bet you do. This will give you something to think about until we meet again, okay? Until next time, stay warm and stay safe wherever you are. Bye now.